All right, so identifying lines that are parallel. Number one says identify an equation that represents a line parallel to y equals 3x minus 6. And the way you know if it's parallel is if it has the same slope. And the slope in an equation is the coefficient, right? So which of these has the same exact coefficient and is a linear equation? Did you guys pick B? You guys good with that? Okay, notice the coefficient is 3. This is a linear equation written in this form. You want to eliminate this one because of that second power there. That second power makes it not a linear equation. So this is not linear or non-linear. So you're not going to choose that one. So the answer is B. Now in number 2 it says identify two equations that represent parallel lines. In other words, is this line parallel to that line? And since this says 7 times x minus 9, and this says 4 times x minus 9, those are not parallel. In this one, the slope of this line is 7, the slope of this line is negative 1, 7. Those aren't the same coefficient, so not parallel. This third equation, both of those have a coefficient of 7, which means their slope is 7. So those two are parallel. And the last two, they have the same coefficient, but one of them is not a linear equation. It has an x squared, so that's why you wouldn't pick that one. All right, number 3 says write an equation for a line parallel to y equals 4 that passes through the point 5, 12. I'm going to just put a graph in here real quick. So we can see what that line looks like. All right. So we want a parallel to y equals 4. Well, y equals 4 is any point where the y value is 4. So we can think of any number we want, like if x is negative 2, y is 4. If x is 0, y is 4. If x is 1, y is 4. And if I plot all those dots, like negative 2, 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, and you can see what's happening here. They all line up along this line. So the line y equals 4 is that line. Now we want it to pass through the point 5, 12. Kind of mess that up. The point 5, 12 means you go over 5 up 12, so I'm a little bit off of this, but there's that point. And if it's parallel to this line, that means it's another flat line, and it goes through the point 5, 12. That would be this line right there. And the equation of that line, every point on that line is at y equals 12 on the graph. So the line parallel to y equals 4 that passes through the point 5, 12 is the equation y equals 12. All right, and the last one, write an equation for a line parallel to y equals 9x plus 9 and passes through the point 5, 6. Well, if it's parallel, that means we need this slope, 9. So our equation is going to look like this, 9 times x plus some y-intercept. And if I wanted to pass through the point 5, 6, that means when I multiply 9 times 5, so I'm going to substitute 5 in there for x, multiply 9 times 5, and I add the y-intercept, it has to equal 6, the y value. And 9 times 5 is 45. And so now we're thinking 45 plus what number equals 6? To figure that out, we can just work backwards, just subtract 45 from 6, and we get negative 39. 45 plus negative 39 is equal to 6. So my y-intercept is negative 39. So I can write my equation either y equals 9x plus negative 39, or y equals 9x minus 39. And to check that answer, all you have to do is make sure that this 0.56 works. So 9 times 5 minus 39 equals 6. All right. Now you guys get to do the other 8 problems, and then you're going to retake that quiz. Okay?